Pecha Kucha 70, the box office artist, and Mario Bops Yoshi on the head. Yeah, so it was a bit of a slow starting week, but by the end of it, I've ended up with stuff that is kind of like coming into the Pecha Kucha so late, it's pushing things out. It's been very weird. So coming on from last week, like Kim Jong-gi, watching him like talk about and illustrate like the human figure in perspective. I was trying to figure this stuff out, just like sketching in Manga Studio, and it's like the top image here is something he did, and it's the fact that the perspective warps as you go down the image, and it just does my head in. So I'm specifically looking at the human figure in perspective, which is something that doesn't really tend to factor into my drawings because I don't usually draw feet, and then those feet aren't typically on a plane of some description. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure this out, and then I think maybe I need to anchor it to something. So I just do a little office scene with Kit Carson from the noir detective thing I'm supposed to be working on, but really I am not, because it's getting a little bit complicated in terms of what needs to happen. So I don't know if I really achieved anything there, but it was good to just be sitting there and drawing. And so yeah, the box office artist is a dude who typically starts on paper, and he's got a YouTube channel, and it's awesome. I highly recommend it. He tries all kinds of crazy challenges. A lot of the stuff he does is the stuff that I would do if I could be bothered to do stuff that made a bit more sense. And because he's working on paper, it got me straight into doing a smiley show immediately afterwards. Yeah, because it's on crappy paper and there's stuff on the back, and I did it so lightly, I had to adjust the levels and stuff. In Photoshop, you can't read this. Don't even try. You'll break your eyes. But you get the broad gist that Ash Crimson is here for some reason. He's here because he's joining the main cast. If you don't know who he is, don't worry, I'll tell you, or maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be more fun if you never know who this guy is. So he's having his interactions, and he is a he with Vegeta, and then Rugal shows up. Rugal Bernstein from the King of Fighters games. And I have a problem where when he shows up, things usually spiral out of control pretty fast, so I end up not finishing the comics, which is probably what's going to happen this time too. So he's a very well animated character. His walk in particular in the beat 'em ups is outrageous, so I want to give him a full page of doing walking, some kind of montage. I don't know how it's going to work. I need to research it. And it's going to bring a smile to my face at the very least every time I see this page. It's going to have some bizarre perspective as well. That's the other thing. So yeah, Rugal's come to buy the Smiley Show from M. Bison with violence. And this is, I was just sitting at a table drawing this, and I kind of lost sunlight at this time, so I stopped. But it looks like it's going to be done in 5-page chunks, and we'll see how I produce it after the fact. So the box office artist. I think he was an official artist working on an old Transformers title. So yeah, when he sits there and he draws a picture of Optimus Prime like this with his like circle guides and his French curve, it really does make me think he can do this. I can do this. I should do this. Of course, he's got quite a large gap of experience on top of me. But yeah. More Joker sketches, trying to figure out his silly ass hair, because I'm still looking at that Heath Ledger Joker like I want to do something with that. But it's quite a difficult thing to connect it to the more comic book Joker. So this kind of the top right one, this like weird brow Joker, I like this. This is some kind of manga derivative that I can't specifically reference right now. And then I've got this Mark Bagley thing going on at the bottom, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. Maybe I can draw. I don't know how I ended up here, but maybe I can end up here again. And that's the power of iterative drawing. I'm just sitting here drawing this guy. I'm looking at referencing a picture of Heath Ledger, and then I'm giving him manga hair in the bottom right. And it's like the more I just draw, the more I can figure stuff out. And it's not like it's unfun sitting there trying to make the Joker work. He's works in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people, and the kind of the sad clown I think is a great thing, but the cheeky guy with the big grin, again back at that animated adventures version from the early 90s. That's some kind of derivative of that version is mine. And yeah, I can't go into it in extreme depth here, but in Super Mario World, the SNES game, it looks like Mario hits Yoshi on the head, and that's why Yoshi sticks his tongue out for gameplay purposes. So I thought I'd document this illustratively. So I put together a little rough, and then I coloured it. I did Batman in the corner, and I've also made Mario blame Yoshi for hitting him like it's some kind of abusive wife thing, domestic battery thing, which is I kind of think of Mario as like one part Tony Soprano, one part Tony Montana. So yeah, that's probably a Pecha Kucha all by itself. And then right before I did the Pecha Kucha, I just had this urge to draw a badass picture of Kazuya. And ironically, by putting a little cutaway of Akuma in it, the picture of Akuma is even better than the picture of Kazuya. And I threw Heihachi in because I was like, why not? Right, so Phantom Brave is an old JRPG I played because it's got like a PC re-release, and it's a very innovative game. But the story is so bad, I actually want to talk about it at length. And I was thinking maybe I will even make a proper video on it, but then that would be an awful lot of hard work just to say this thing kind of sucks. And yeah, no steamed hams call out for the week, so have a picture of a grown man dressed as Yoshi instead. Yeah, Googling Yoshi. Oh god, the things you see when you Google Yoshi. This is what you see. I'm. You don't even have to Google Yoshi. I'm bringing it straight to you. Right. So what should I do next week? I've got some stuff going on Tumblr. I should just keep it going. Tumblr's a good place for me to put my stuff. When I see the archive page and I see all those little JPEGs of my things, it feels a little bit encouraging. I do think as I put stuff on Tumblr, it might be good to try and polish some stuff up. I've started like working on some vector art of an old picture I did of the shredder. It's a ball ache. I don't know that I even want to do it, even to pretend that I'm that good for like the online presence. The Smiley Show with Rugal is going to be many more pages with lots of violent action and hilarious jokes. So I should probably keep moving on with that. Yeah, the Phantom Brave video, I doubt I'm going to do it, but I really could. It's completely within the realm of possibility. I have all the tools. It's just, is it something I feel that I need to do? Probably not, but whatever. And I should be writing somewhere about something. So maybe I write about Phantom Brave, and that helps me really pick the right words to describe specifically why I think it's one of the worst video game narratives I've ever encountered. Top 3 easy. And I've played Final Fantasy 13 and 15 and 12. Yeah, okay, so that brings us to the end of Pecha Kucha 70. I'll see you next time.